was on Instagram the other day. It got me so mad. Didn't get me so mad. Architecture design. It's all catered towards certain ideas, certain concepts, things like that. And I was flipping through, I was on Instagram, and there's these AI tools of like representation of like, how do you like different styles of representing architectural form, yada yada yada. And they had the Sydney Opera House designed by Jorn Utzon and Peter Hall. And there's a whole story with this Sydney Opera House. If you know it, it's this kind of 3-shelled building, very iconic. There's a whole story to it as well with budget problems and stuff like that, but iconic building. And then they had these different styles. They went through, if it was designed by this architect, if it's designed by this architect, like Zaha Hadid did it, blah, blah, like. But it's the same, like, each building was this, like, 3-shell thing in the style of. And that's not what would happen. Like, if another architect got that raw site and had, creative freedom, they're not going to do a 3-shell thing. They're going to do something else entirely. It's like they'll have their meetings with the stakeholders, client groups, whatever it is, with the community. They'll figure out, what to do in this corner. It will not look like what the Sydney Opera House looks like now. And it got me so upset that, like, each image was a version of that, just stylistically looking like the Sydney Opera House as it is today, but made to be in some kind of aesthetic style of these other architects. And that's not what we do. We don't take an existing form and just like style it up in a certain way and say that's our architecture. There's so much. There's an in-depth figuring out certain viewpoints and like circulation and flow and having a larger narrative about what we believe an opera house should be, and how that manifests in an architectural way. It got me just so upset that it was like the same. It was exact same form in all the versions, just like stylistically slightly different. And it's like, it's not what we do. It's not what we do. It gives me some peace of mind that AI is not going to take over our job, but at the same time, it gets me upset that this is what people think architects do. Is just do pretty versions of the same thing, and it's like there's so many factors into an architectural piece that is beyond aesthetics. Aesthetics is actually like the simplest bar to hit. Making something look good, no problem, but making something function that has like a real wow factor, that like has special place, that mechanically works well, that is good and like works in the environment. Whew, I got upset. That's it for now. This is Architect on the Move. I'm Jason. Cheers.